What do white skunk, rockin' sock, eagle eyes, and jungle hare have in common? They all love to go geocaching.
Geocaching is, I would describe it as a high-tech scavenger hunt. If there's any older people like us, we used to go on scavenger hunts as kids. Now we have satellites to guide us to where we're going. And so we go off and mainly parks and things like that, looking for little hidden treasures.
It's kind of like solving a mystery or something.
I'm always up for a good mystery, so let's get started. The biggest, challenge that we have ahead of us today is, one, where are we going, and two, how are we getting there? So you're going to tell us how you selected our site today.
Yeah, basically I just went to the geocaching.com website and put in the zip code to find a cache that was nearby. So it tells us here the cache name, the coordinates that are in latitude, longitude that we're going to punch into the GPS unit.
GPS stands for Global Positioning System, and GPS units are required for this technology-driven adventure game, as is the Internet. The geocaching.com website lists thousands of waypoints for hidden treasures called caches worldwide. And you, of course, selected something that is going to be fabulous for today.
That's right.
Fabulous, and I'll take it easy on you for your first time. One of the things when you're trying your first cache, you want to go with an easy one just to really get used to using the GPS rather than trying something really difficult to start. So.
That's good for us.
Yeah.
We're geocache neophytes, so.
Hey.
That's a good name for a band.
Well, the first thing that you need to do is to turn on the GPS units.
Then it's just a simple matter of plugging in the coordinates of your destination and following the arrow on your GPS.
Well, now that we have them loaded in the GPS, which way is it telling you we need to go?
The arrow's pointing that way.
All right, well, let's go that way.
In another part of town, the Matina family seekers are setting their coordinates for an entirely different cache called the Eternal Flame.
Here we go. You're going to be the cache master who wants to be the trailblazer.
Now that everyone is underway, the whole concept seems rather simple. Just plug in the coordinates and go find the goods, right? That's the thing about geocaching. It's deceptively easy.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, but in that straight line there can be mountains and gullies and ravines and trees and deadfalls, and you don't necessarily go straight from your waypoint to a geocache. You have to hike around, and it takes some thinking and some searching and a lot of sweat equity.
Right here.
Blue trail marker. Okay, we're on the right trail.
523 feet to go. 522, 21.
Yes, we
Now,
are.
Sandra, let me ask you, what's the appeal to geocaching? What brings you out here to do this?
Well, even before I got into geocaching, I was always a hiker. I used to like going out hiking the trails. I've also always been fascinated with GPS. I do GPS stuff for work, too. So it was kind of a great opportunity for me to bring those two hobbies or interests together.
You don't need to be a techie to enjoy this sport. Young or old, male or female, there is no typical geocacher. It can be as competitive or as low-key as you want to make it, but it isn't always easy.
I'm going left, you're going straight, so you can go to the big puddle there. You're going right? Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, well, some of the things...
Good luck, every man for himself.
Because of the interference with the trees, the GPS can play some tricks on you. So this is where your internal sense of navigation comes in handy.
Is there a direction anybody's agreeing on?
No, well, unless everyone's pointing kind of to our right.
I'm pointing to the left.
Oh, man. Yep, let's just rely on Colleen's internal sense of direction.
Yeah, I never said mine was good. I just said this is where it comes in handy.
One's internal, that's right.
Despite some of its challenges, the benefits of geocaching are numerous. It's a great form of exercise, it's a way for families to enjoy the outdoors together, and it can introduce you to some interesting parts of New York State.
And that's one of the greatest things about this is we've gone places that even local or when we're on trips that we never would have found had we not been looking for a little treasure.
Oftentimes, geocachers place their treasures in a specific location just to introduce people to a unique area. Here, the Matina family stumbles upon a natural gas flame. Sometimes the cache isn't necessarily the best treasure.
I know I've lived here for over 40 years. I've known about it, and the first time we ever came here was because of geocaching, looking for a cache.
Speaking of the cache, the Mattina family still has to find theirs. But back at Boston Forest, we're getting closer and closer to ours.
Oh, I'm getting underneath the 100-foot mark. I think we're getting close.
Oh, we're getting warmer.
We're getting warmer. Mine reading 28 feet in that. Oh, I have visual.
You have a visual?
I see it.
You see it. So we're there. Ah! Look at this! More than a visual. Here we go. Is this a military style box?
Yeah, it's a retired ammo can. Those are the best for being waterproof.
Just pull.
Pull this up.
There you
Let's see what's in there.
Oh, we can all take
Camera?
a picture.
Take a
with the
picture
cache
of
camera.
us.
And you leave it in the cache?
The logbook. French milled Neutrogena bath soap in case, by the slight chance, black flies happen to have gotten
Now
to you.
let me see if that's scented.
Yeah, which would be kind of taboo, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take that out of there because of the fact that it's scented, it will attract the animals.
That's right.
And we don't want to, they would have a hard time getting into the ammo box, but still, kind of unfair for them.
Hey,
my
didn't
pretty
I say
pony.
earlier
My pretty
we were going to see a
pony.
unicorn in the woods?
You see all kinds of things in your geocaching.
It's customary to sign the logbook located inside every cache. It's official. We're on the record. We were here. We came. We saw. We cached.
First cache.
We struggled a bit.
A logbook can have messages from all parts of the world depending on who's found it. It can also be fun to leave your own mark on a cache.
All right, now I have a little something to leave in there. Let everybody know that Empire State Outdoors was here.
Excellent.
We try to leave the cache better than we found it, a bit more hidden, but never buried. And now that we've found ours, how is the Mattina family doing with theirs?
I think we're within about 20 feet of it.
Up this way. I know how much 20 feet is.
That way or is it down? Get up by your brother. Found it. Come over here.
I found it.
You found it where?
You know what it is, honey?
The assortment of trinkets in this cache varies from a carabiner clip to a flashlight and other little goodies, but the ultimate rewards of geocaching aren't always found inside the metal ammunition box.
Ultimately, there are all these treasures we have right in our own backyard. I've been to Europe, I've been to the Eternal City, I've been to the Caribbean and Mexico and Canada, and New York State has so many wonderful treasures that are within a few miles. We've discovered places within a half an hour drive of our house that are absolutely spectacular, from chasms and ravines like this to wildernesses. It's amazing what's out there, and you don't have to go far away to find these things. Everybody smile and say cheese. Yeah. Okay, now the trek back to the car.